But you know what? Not everyone's bothered about looking Insta-perfect. There's a load of people out there who don't care about social media or looking young, but they're going places fast.
I'm Alex Rotas and I'm a sports photographer, but with a bit of a difference. I take photos of older sportsmen and women. That's people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and hundreds even, who still compete nationally and internationally in the sport they love. I'm on a bit of a mission. One of the things that drives me is wanting to show that you can look your age and look old, if you like, and still look wonderful. The people that I photograph, the track and field athletes who I really love photographing, they're doing things like high jump and long jump and they're falling and they're rolling around. They don't seem to worry about how they look. We all internalise ageism and we all kind of worry about it. And I was just fascinated when I saw these people who apparently didn't give a toss. There are world records. I don't know if people knew that. For all these sports, in whatever age group you are. Let me give you an example, just so that you know, if you watch these athletes competing, you're not going to go, oh, bless, you know, oldies just pootling around. So the world record for women in the 80 to 84-year-old age group for 100 metres is 16.8 seconds. Now, just think about Usain Bolt. You know, he ran at the Olympic Games 10 seconds. So a woman in her 80s is running at 16.8 seconds. That is so fast. I had an amazing thing happen to me in Poland earlier this year. It was the World Masters Indoor Championships. And there was this Indian guy with a flowing beard, but he seemed to run and jump with his eyes closed. He was so serene. Somebody else was there and they said to me, you know who he is? His mum's here. I was like, what? This is a guy in his 80s and his mum's here, in the stands maybe, watching him compete. Well, she was there, but she wasn't in the stands. She was outside throwing a javelin. She was competing in the 100 to 104-year-old age category. Amazing. So that's a pretty incredible story. And we're really lucky in Bristol because we have Anne Dockery living here.
My name is Anne Dockery, I'm 71 years old. The title I have is the 2018 World Champion 70-year-old duathlete. Yes! Oh gosh, can you believe it? No. I didn't start running until I was 55. And that was for a very good reason, because as a young person, I was one of those who smoked. I smoked like a trooper, you know, 20 a day at least. So I started running to strengthen my lungs. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would win. But on the day, things went my way. And I remember running down towards the finish line and thinking, somebody's going to overtake me, somebody's going to overtake me. I know they're going to overtake me. And then you get through, and I didn't believe it until somebody just told me, you have won the gold medal. Wow, it was absolutely. I mean, I'll remember that moment for the rest of my life. It still sends shivers up my spine. Yeah.
Pat Gallagher is another wonderful Masters athlete. Pat lives just outside Taunton. And she's part of a group of friends. They travel together. And you always know, there are 5 or 6 of them, and they're all in their 70s and 80s. And they travel to all these events together. They rent an apartment. They sleep in bunk beds. I mean, they'll do anything to make it possible financially for them to go. And I always know where Pat is and where her posse is in the stadium because of the laughter. You wouldn't believe how much they laugh.
started running when I was 14, but I guess seriously since I was 35. I run because I love the competition, mainly. I go up next year to the 75 age group. It keeps me sane. People don't realise how much us oldies can do if we put our mind to it. We've got to be a bit stubborn and just get on with it. Being competitive stays with you. I'm competitive with my grandchildren, much to their horror. But no, I think it stays with you, and the love of the sport. We're a group of us, about 6 of us. We had the time of our lives. I'm the youngest. Oh no, I'm not. Sue's younger than me now. Well, there's Sue James. We compete against each other because quite often they're put 65, 69s in with the 70s. So we always have a battle, it's good. So she's 69. Then there's me, who's 74. Then we have Iris, who will be going up to the 80 age group next year. She's a triple jumper, long jumper and sprinter. And then there's Betty. Betty's 80 now. She does the distance races. And then there's Dorothy Fraser, who's 83, who does sprinting, 100, 200. And they all do brilliantly.
I think it's important for people to see the kind of stuff, the opportunities you can get up to when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. Because I think people get really depressed about the idea of getting old. And it really made me rethink my own attitude to my body. So drummed into us that we've got to look a certain way, use the Botox, get rid of the lines. And, you know, there's another way of living. There's another way of aging.
Now, if that hasn't inspired you, nothing will. I'm off for a run. I'm not actually. Hope you enjoyed the show.